Alright guys, what's going on? So I'm going to try to keep this video as short and quick as I can. Basically this is going to be how to host online matches, and I will also show you how to host or how to join online matches. Before we get into this, there are a couple things that you'll need. One of which is you will need a specific VPN. Now, depending on how many people you want to do this, you could use Hamachi, which is a very common one. The only problem with Hamachi is you either have to pay for it, or if you use the free version, you can only have 5 people in a dedicated server at a time, which is kind of annoying. So we have been using this software called Radmin. The only problem with Radmin in comparison is the only person that can host the lobbies is the one that creates um, the network or server, whatever you want to call it. So just be aware of that. We've only been able to get that to work with just the person who makes it, whoever creates the network. So just kind of be aware of that. But yeah, so let's go ahead and get into this. So this is the first thing you'll need. The second thing that you'll need is obviously you'll have to have Bacchus mod. Now, just so you know, I'm sure you're aware of this, but I'm going to say it anyways. You have to be on PC to play custom maps with friends. That's just kind of the way it is. Unfortunately, there's no console support yet. So Bacchus mod, Radmin VPN, and then you will need 2 plugins. Regardless of whether you're on Steam or not, I would suggest you get the Workshop Map Loader. We have some issues sometimes where people download them through the Workshop if they're on the Steam version. But even when you download it on Steam version through the Workshop itself on Steam, it can cause like content mismatch errors and stuff. So it's just better that you get Workshop Map Loader. And then the last thing you'll need is Rocket plugin. The IDs are up here as well, so you can just install by ID. So ID 26, ID 223. You can do it that way if you want. But otherwise, I'll link these down below to where you can find them and download them. All you got to do from here is download and install Radmin. So I will bring up mine now. So say this is our current one. This is for a group that I'm in that we do custom stuff all the time. So we can go to network, create network, and then you can just name this whatever you want. So I'm just going to name this tutorial, and then tutorial. Okay, it's already been taken. So let's just do GCB3, I guess, and then we'll just do the same for name and pass. Create. Okay, so the password's got to be 6 digits long, so we're going to do GCB. Create. And then you'll notice now that I have this little server here. And you can have people join through that name and pass. And then once they do that, make sure this says on. If this is red and you don't see any of your listed, just make sure you click the on button. And then you can minimize that. So now we're done with Radmin. So what we can do is we can press F2, go to our plugins. So like I said, we're going to need Rocket plugin, which is this one right here. And then we need Workshop Map Loader, which is right here. So we can open Workshop Map Loader. So these are the maps I currently have. I recently deleted everything and reinstalled everything. So these are the ones I have. So say you want to play, I don't know, let's just find a random one to play. So we want to play Rocket League Penny. So we can just click the download map and then 1.0 and then yes. It'll download, this little window will pop up. We can go back to map loader, click refresh. And now we can see we have the penny map right here. So we're pretty much done with this part. We can close out of that. And then now we can go back into Rocket plugin. So now this is where the steps start to change a little bit. So if you are on, If you're going to be hosting, then this is what you'll do to host. So let's say you got here and you want to host some lobby on that penny map. So say you're doing something else, you can do knockout, whatever type of version of the game you want to play, you can select it here. We do want to do a custom map, so we're going to click custom map. And then we want to look for the penny map, which RL penny map right here. We just click that. And now with this, the max it allows you is 8. However, if you press control and then you click this, you can change this to whatever you want. You can have 100 players in a lobby if you want to. Now bear in mind, if you end up having more than 8 players in the game, say you have 10, once you start the lobby, you'll have to go to in-game mods, and then I think it's game event mods, yeah, and then match settings and max team size. You'll have to turn that to like 50 or whatever. It's not going to let me change it right now because I'm not in a game, but yeah, you'll have to change this number to whatever you want, and then you also have to change to max players too. So just note for reference there. So say we got 100 players, whatever. So team settings, you can change team names, team colors. Mutator settings, this is where you'll spend the majority of your setup at. They do have some stuff over here, some presets. So like if you want to play boomer ball, which we do a lot, it's got like basic boomer, unlimited boost, 1.5 times boost, max speed is fast. You can change the length of the match. You can set a certain goal limit. You know, all sorts of stuff you can do. So, yeah, some stuff I would say you should probably avoid is changing. Where's it at? Audio is sometimes kind of buggy for me, and it can cause issues, as well as the card type. You definitely don't want to change that unless you tell everybody in your lobby to only run Octane, in which case it might work, but it's still kind of buggy sometimes. So yeah, with that being said, you can go down to this. I personally don't change any of this. I just leave it all as is. And then you can just click host. And so at this point, you know, the lobby's ready to be played, and you can play the match just as normal. So obviously we don't have anybody in here, so it won't obviously work at this point, but so now let's say you want to join the lobby. If you press F2, not F3, and then you open Rocket plugin. So again, this is for people that are joining. You'll come up here to this IP address, and you'll go back into that Radmin server. And if you go in, and I'm just going to find a random person here. If you right click this, you can click copy IP address, and then you just simply paste that up here. So now the person that you want to copy the IP address of is the person that's hosting. So unfortunately I can't click my own name in here, but you would right click the person that's hosting. So let's say Dad's here is the one that's going to host my lobby. I can right click it, click copy IP, and then just basically paste that in right there. And then you'll click joining a custom map, and you'll select the map that you're joining, which in this case we were joining the penny map, and then you would click join. Now, considering, you know, Dad's is not currently actually hosting a lobby, this is going to be orange ring around this. However, normally it will be available and it'll be green for people that are going to join, and then they can just hit join. Now let's say you click this and nothing pops up right here. That's fine. I'll show you a quick fix for that. Or even on this side, if you're hosting and say you don't see any maps right here. I believe you can change it right here as well. However, the way that I find works the best for me is if you press F6. Oh, and it looks like I already started it. So This RP underscore workshop underscore path, you want to type that in, and then you want to put a quotation mark, and then click off this, so to where this is not selected anymore. You can press F2 again, and then we're going to open up our workshop map loader and open plugin window, and then we just want to simply copy this directory. So Control C. We can close that window, close this, and then we're going to Control V this in here, put another quotation mark, and then a semicolon, so the one with the comma on the bottom, not another period, and then write, not all caps, write config. And then you would just hit enter and you'll see it change. However, mine's a little different. I got some other folders and stuff, but yeah, so this is what you would need, and everything in between those quotation marks you would change to match whatever. So yeah, so that's pretty much about it. That's one of the biggest problems you'll run into. Sometimes people will run into, like, it'll say on Rocket plugin, when you try to join somebody, it'll say up here, like, it'll turn red and it'll say host is unreachable. That doesn't matter. Close out of this and you'll see like an error box pop up right here. It'll more than likely say content mismatch. So a couple quick things about that. Make sure you have the right map selected down here. If you do, make sure you have the same version as the person. Make sure the person got it off of Workshop Map Loader. That helps avoid a lot of issues. And then sometimes restarting Rocket League as the guy who is trying to join will help. The host usually doesn't need to, but sometimes somebody joining will. And then if that still doesn't work, in the past what we've done is we've had the host, like in Discord or something, put the file of the actual map in the Discord for people to download and install themselves, and then everybody can restart Rocket League and relaunch it, and then see if that helps you. That's usually the one that solves the problem. So yeah, with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed. If you do have any other questions, just let me know, reach out, and you know, we'll go from there. I hope you guys enjoyed.